Hello, it's Vicki, and today's reading is from Each Day a New Beginning by Karen Casey. And this is August 8th's reading. I really liked it yesterday, and I didn't read it, so I'm going to read it today. So here goes. The growth of understanding follows an ascending spiral rather than a straight line. We each are traveling our own very special path in this life. At times, our paths run parallel to each other. On occasion, they may intersect, but we do all have a common destination knowledge of life's meaning, and we'll arrive at knowledge when we've arrived at the mountain's summit, separately and yet together. We do not go straight up the side of the mountain on this trip. We circle it slowly, carefully, sometimes losing our footing, sometimes backtracking because we've reached an impasse. Many times we have stumbled, but as we grow in understanding and as we rely more and more on our inner strength available for the taking, we become more sure-footed. We have never needed to take any step alone on this trip. Our troubles in the past were complicated because we did not know this, but now we do. Our lifeline is to our higher power. If we hang on to it, every step of the way will feel secure. The ground will be stable under us. I am on a path to full understanding. I am learning to trust the lifeline offered by the program and God and my friends. As I learn, my footing is less tentative, and it supports me more securely. So this one is so cool because I have a tattoo, and it's a spiral, and it's all about the inward journey of life. And we're all trying to get there, and we're all trying to figure it out, and hopefully we can be kind along the way. And we do backtrack, and we do stumble, and we do all those things. The good news is that every time we have an experience, good or bad, we learn something from it. We do, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, I feel. And when we learn from it, and when we go in the same space the next time, we know how to do it, or we know where we should step or where we shouldn't step. And it gets easier every time. And sometimes, like we've been talking about in a lot of these readings lately, you keep learning the same thing, and you go back to the same lesson that we're trying to conquer. And our personalities are such that we have certain triggers, and we take, you could either be sensitive or you could be insensitive, or whatever the case is, whatever your tendency is, what your go-to is when things aren't going your way, right? But we can take a step back, take a look, and then when we start to get really in the flow, I think, is when we do trust our higher power, and we do trust the synchronicities and the moments that happen that just are inexplainable, but exactly right. That put you in a place of, I feel like I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here, and you don't question it, and you keep going, and you follow that lead, and then being sure-footed it's natural. It is natural. I know that when I'm trusting higher power, and I'm trusting you, and higher power being in you too, that things go a heck of a lot more smoothly. When I am trying to run the show, and I am trying to decide where everyone needs to be, and who needs to be where, and who's supposed to say what, then we're in trouble, because it's always in a place of ego. And when I'm working with higher power, I don't go to ego like that. It just doesn't match up. When I'm thinking about what is the next right thing, what higher power wants me to do, when I'm thinking like that, inevitably, whether something good or bad happens from it, I am better for it. And I can learn the lesson easier because I'm open, because I'm not so closed off and just inside myself. When I'm open, I can see things, I can hear things, I can be available for people, for myself. So, what a great, great thought to think today. I'm glad this was it because we circle it slowly, carefully, sometimes losing our footing, sometimes backtracking because we've reached an impasse. Many times we stumble, but as we grow in understanding, as we rely more and more on our inner strength available for the taking, we become more sure footed. So that's a good one. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I appreciate you being here and listening. This helps me very much. I hope it helps you too. Please share, subscribe if there's anyone that you think might get something out of it. Have a great one. Namaste. Peace.